So you want to make $100,000 without breaking a sweat. I mean, don't we all? Imagine sitting back, sipping your favorite drink, coffee, tea, or maybe that overpriced smoothie, while your bank account grows magically. It sounds like a dream, right? But here's the thing. It's not magic. It's called passive income. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to set yourself up with 3 solid passive income strategies that could bring you closer to your $100,000 goal in 2025. And no, it's not about winning lottery or marrying a millionaire. I mean, if that's an option, I won't stop you, but let's get real. First off, let me paint a picture. Most of us trade our time for money, right? We work X hours and we get paid Y dollars. But what if we could decouple these two? What if you could earn money while doing anything else? But before we dive into these, let me ask you this. Do you enjoy free, life-changing advice? Do you love the idea of making money while binge watching your favorite series? If yes, hit that subscribe button. Seriously, as I've said this like thousands of times, it's free. Unlike that subscription to whatever streaming service you're paying for but barely use. And who knows, maybe this channel will be the best passive investment you make today without putting any money. Alright, let's kick things off with the first one. Capital gains. No, it's not some fancy board game, although playing it right could be actually just as fun. Capital gains are the profit you make when you buy something at a low price and sell it at a higher price. Sounds simple, right? Think about real estate, stocks, bonds, or even that rare collectible that you found in your attic and now it's worth fortune. So let's break it down. Real estate, for example, is a classic choice. You buy a property, maybe even fix it up, and over time, the value appreciates. Let's say you purchase a house today for $500,000 and by end of the 2025, it's worth $600,000. That's a $100,000 difference. That's your capital gain. Now, there are two things you need to know about capital gains: realized gains and unrealized gains. Unrealized gains, that's when the value of your asset has gone up, but you haven't sold it yet. Think of it like window shopping with a twist. You're looking at the price tag and you're thinking, wow, I'm rich on paper, but nothing hits your bank account until you actually sell. Realized gains, on the other hand, mean you have sold the asset, made your profit, and now you have cold hard cash in your account. Sounds great, right? Until Uncle Sam shows up for his share in your profit in the form of capital gains tax. Yes, if you made $100,000 profit on that house, stock, or collectible, you'll owe taxes on that profit. So don't skip the tax planning, speak to a tax advisor, and make sure you're prepared for any capital gains tax. Stocks work similarly. You buy shares when prices are low, sell when they are high, and boom, profit. You get bonus point if the company is a rising star in the industry because it means faster growth, which also means higher risk. And remember, the bigger the risk, the higher the reward. And honestly, isn't that the reason why people go to casinos or throw their money in some random shitcoins? Not saying you should, but you get the point. Bonds, on the other hand, are a steadier option, but they might not yield massive gains. For anyone starting out there, I would highly recommend starting with index fund investing in the stock market because they are easy. You don't need a lot of research or huge chunk of money to start with. And with ETFs like VOO or SPY, you can invest in top 500 companies in the US, which means your investments are diversified. Watch any of these videos to understand more about investing as a beginner. The secret sauce here is research and patience. Markets don't move in straight lines, they zig, they zag, and sometimes they take a nosedive. But over the long term, these assets generally move in an upward direction. Diversification is your best friend. Spread your investment across different asset types to minimize risk. The younger you are, the more risk you can take. But that does not mean that you should go and dump your money in fartcoin, although it could have made you like super rich. Next up, we have dividend growth. This is like getting a thank you card from your investments. But instead of thank you for being here, it's more like thank you for believing in us, and here's some cash. Dividend income comes from stocks or rental properties that pay you regularly for owning them. Let's take stocks as an example. Some companies, usually big, stable ones, they will pay out a portion of their profits to the shareholders as dividends. For example, if you own 100 shares of a company known as Dunder Mifflin that pays $2 per share annually, you're earning $200 a year just for holding on to those stocks. Now, if you reinvest those dividend payments instead of cashing them out, it buys more shares for you without you having to put extra money in that stock. And you're essentially creating a snowball effect. It's called Dividend Reinvestment Plan, or DRIP. It might not sound like a huge deal, but over time, your earnings grow exponentially, and this is called compounding. I have a full-length video explaining how DRIP can help you earn $5,000 per month with just $50 per week investment. I'll link it here in the corner for you to check out, and you can also find it in the description. For real estate lovers, rental yield is the equivalent of dividends. Say you own a property and you rent it out. After covering expenses like maintenance, taxes, and mortgage payments, the remaining rent is your yield. And just like with dividends, reinvesting that income, let's say by using it to buy another property or paying down your mortgage faster, you can accelerate your wealth building journey. The magic here is consistency. Keep reinvesting and your money will start making money, as they say, while you sleep. Finally, let's talk about the interest income. This one is the nerdy but reliable friend of the passive income. We're talking about earning interest on bank deposits like certificate of deposits or CDs or GICs. It's not as flashy as other options, but it's steady and it's dependable. Think of it as the tortoise in the race for your 100K goal. Here's how it works. You deposit your money in a bank or a financial institution. Make sure it's CDIC insured or FDIC if you're in the US. It means your money will be secured even if something happens to that bank or that financial institution. Most of the banks or financial institution you know about are already insured. Anyways, so they pay you interest for letting them use your money. For example, let's say you put $10,000 into a CD with an annual interest rate of 5%. After 1 year, you'll earn $500 just for letting that money sit there. Multiply that by few years and it adds up. The downside, interest rates can be low, especially in a stable economy, but the trade-off is security. Unlike stocks or real estate, your principal amount is protected. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it's a solid way to preserve and grow your wealth over time, especially if you're close to retirement age. Think of it as the base layer of your passive income strategy, stable and reliable even if it's not flashy. All these income streams have their pros and cons, but together they form a solid foundation for financial freedom. The trick is to start now, even if it's small, because the sooner you start, the sooner you have your money working for you while you do, whatever you want. Because the most important thing in your investment is not the money, it's the time. The earlier you start, the more time you have to let it grow and compound. Remember, the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, and the second best time is right now. And watch this video to learn about 4 best investments to make in 2025. So let's jump on that one and I'll see you there.